describe the level of adrenaline that we feel when that happens, knowing that someone's life depends upon the actions that we take in the next couple of moments. So our first engine company has deployed what's called an attack line, usually a 1 3/4 inch line between 150 and 200 feet in length, designed to flow 150 gallons per minute of water out of the 500-gallon tank contained in the fire truck. After that line is deployed, they'll charge the line, they'll bleed out the air, make sure that the pattern is nice and tight. They need a straight stream to be able to attack the seat of the fire. If they go into a superheated room with a fog stream, an aerosolized fog stream, will change the inversion layer, the layers of heat inside that structure, and create too much steam and cause steam burns, both for our victim and for us as rescuers as well. Now, once that initial attack line is put in place, the engineer
change conditions by the introduction of oxygen. Many of you seen the movie Background. That actually does happen, not quite to that glorious Hollywood level. So now they checked for heat on the door to see how hot it is behind there. They're working to force the door now so that they can begin making entry. They were already alerted by a family member that her sister is still trapped inside. So this is one of the most critical of all calls, where they will take the initial hose line in to both keep the fire in check and, most importantly, while they're doing that, to quickly search for the victim, extract the victim out to begin doing resuscitation measures. As you can see now, they have successfully brought out the victim. Part of the crew, the initial attack crew, is still remaining inside the structure to try and extinguish the fire and search for any more trapped victims. And you can see our firefighters very quickly have to switch roles. Without a moment's notice, they go from attacking fire to initiating compressions, assessment, and other treatment operations. We have our paramedic crews that are arrived on scene, a joint effort now between fire and our paramedics. As you can see, there are a lot of people surrounding.
Let's go and get them on the board.
There are a lot of things that have to happen in explaining these things as they are demonstrated.
Alright guys, we're going to go.
Our initial attack firefighter, she's doing compressions. That means essentially that patient's heart has stopped beating because, more than likely, the lack of oxygen being suffocated by the smoke products inside of the structure. So she is continuing her heartbeat for her manually by doing CPR. Now the paramedics have basically taken that over so the fire attack crew can go in and continue to attack the fire. We don't want that to spread to a neighbor's home or do more damage than it has already done. We can see our victim is moulaged with burn props, essentially simulating that this is a burn victim, and these do unfortunately happen all too often. Lack of smoke detectors, modern construction on homes, all of these things contribute to a rapid fire build, especially in the nighttime hours when people are asleep and unaware of the conditions inside their own home. Our lead medic has dropped an endotracheal tube, or a breathing tube, into this person's lungs, directly into the lungs, allowing oxygen to be delivered in there in place of what that person would be doing were they actually physiologically alive at this point.
IO's established. All right.
Sometimes with our burn victims, especially ones in the arms, where normally we would establish IVs through the veins in the arms, we also have what's called an intraosseous needle, or an intraosseous drill.
Alright,
It is a
Robert, show
drill
me attack
that
on the
puts a
monitor.
needle directly into the bone
charge.
of the leg,
Charging the monitor at
into the
200
red marrow,
joules.
which allows us to give fluids and medication
Monitor's
directly
charged.
into
Hold
the bone.
CPR. Alright, hold
It's
CPR.
almost
I'm
as
clear, you're
effective.
clear, all clear. Shocking. Shock.
You can see the patient has just been defibrillated. We have advanced cardiac monitors on all of our advanced life support units that allow us to look and see what the underlying rhythm of the heart is. And if that heart rhythm is not life-sustaining,
Continue
it's what we
bagging.
call fibrillating.
Continue
We
compressions.
can take that
First round of heavies on board.
unorganized
Alright,
electrical
first round
energy
heavy.
and shock it into organized activity to hopefully generate a heartbeat for the patient. So currently the things that we have going for this patient, while the fire attack is happening just a few feet away, We're doing compressions. We're breathing for them through the endotracheal tube that we place in the lungs. We're cutting close to expose and make sure that we don't miss any other underlying injuries. Additionally to that, we've established an IV. Second IV we're working on top of the intraosseous needle that we established directly into our victim's bones. We're giving epinephrine, which is essentially adrenaline, to attempt to kick the heartbeat back into
guys,
motion.
continue compressions. You have your IO, your second round or first? Second round, epi on board. All right, second round. We're in about 2 minutes. Let's analyze the rhythm, Chad.
Showing
V-tag. All right, go ahead and charge the monitor.
Charging, continue compressions. Because they do not have their own heartbeat.
Everybody clear?
Yet,
all right.
they will be required to be
Shocking
taken to
on one.
the closest
Clear.
receiving hospital. Normally,
Right.
anytime we have a burn victim, especially from the high desert, we'll be calling in an airship.
Go ahead and get our gurney set up for us,
Mercy
please.
Air or helicopter 165 through Reach Ambulance out of Upland, or one of our military helicopters.
Hey, guys,
or
let's go ahead and
somebody have the gurney. Closest available airship will respond to a close landing zone that will many times require, depending upon the location, if it was a school, for example, where kids were still present, they would have to send another fire apparatus to go there to secure the scene so we don't cause any injuries with the landing of our airship at that location. So this patient would normally, if they had their own heartbeat, they would be being transported to Arrowhead Regional Medical Center, Colton, which is our regional burn center, one of the best in the nation.
Okay, guys.
However, because this person's heartbeat is not yet beating on her own, they're going to get her loaded in the back of the ambulance and transport directly to the closest receiving hospital.
Lift. Continue compressions. Continue bagging.
You can see our lead medic is doing a great job of being very verbal and very vocal with the rest of the crew. Essentially, running what we call a full arrest or a cardiac arrest is much like being a conductor of an orchestra. You have to make sure that all the pieces are being taken care of at the right time to give the patient the best possible outcome to survive. So now they'll be loading the patient in the back of the ambulance.
Take over the bag.
Doing a few more hurried things in the back there, such as hanging the IV bags, switching the IV, or excuse me, the oxygen over to the
All right, guys, let's go ahead and hang a line. Let's hang all these lines up. Let's reanalyze our rhythm. Here, Matt. Ian, can you go get on the phone?
While this is going on, one of the medics will be making contact with the receiving hospital to make them aware of exactly what is happening with the patient.
Where's the epi?
What the conditions were that caused them to go to cardiac arrest, namely that this was a burn.
You going to push
You guys got your, you're going to push your first round of Lido? Yes, sir. Okay. Once we push that first round of Lido, let's analyze our rhythm, and let's go ahead and initiate a shock if needed.
Lido's in, still in VTAC.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and charge. Charging, continue compressions. All right, charge at 200 joules. I'm clear, you're clear, we're all clear.
Clear.
Shock. All right, continue compressions. All right, Dan, let's go ahead and get going.
This is crazy.